Hey there, hey there, hey there, everyone. This is Ronette Turner Corley coming to you live from California. Welcome everyone here who's on all my different channels, Facebook, as well as YouTube. Also in our Facebook group, United Minds International. And if you're chiming in from someone else's page, congratulations and welcome for being here. And so this is the first episode I'll be doing. Many of you know me from posting about being able to write to billion-dollar corporations and earn thousands of dollars from home, something my husband and I recently got started with a little bit shy of 60 days ago, and it's been tremendous. And so we are going to be coming, and I say we because my husband is also involved, and so if it includes me, it definitely includes him. And so we're going to be bringing a show to you because we believe testimonies are the things that people want to hear. And basically, the show is called If You Can Write, You Can Win. That's exactly what it is. If you can write, you can win. So this is episode 1, and I'm going to, like I said, share with you some details and testimonies of different people, just everyday people around the United States and Canada. Now, this opportunity is only available in the United States and Canada when it comes to the writing. When we joined this platform, we understood that it was just the United States and Canada. However, if you are outside the United States and Canada, there are other digital courses that you can partake in. But today we're going to be talking about just the writing part, right? Writing to billion-dollar corporations and being able to generate part-time income from home, changing people's lives. No recruiting, no sharing. If you want to, you can, right? But you don't have to. No, websites, sharing your website, no doing any of that. No ordering products, no having to move your car to the different side of the garage because you got all these products. What I love about it, in my opinion, it's the best side hustle for the average person out there. And today we have a tremendous individual, okay, by the name of Trevon Cumberbatch. And what you're going to see is his story. You're going to hear his story. But I want you to know, because I want to be crystal clear, that if you reside in the U.S. and Canada, this opportunity you can partake in, but there are some exclusions. There are some states that are excluded. And I want to be upfront and forthcoming so you don't get excited thinking that you can do this. And it's not because of the company, it's because of this is government regulated, okay? So I'm going to share with you the states that are not included, just so you know off the top. But however, if you know other people in the states that are included, you can share with them and still get paid. However, when it comes to writing, you can reside in the United States and Canada, but the states that are excluded are Washington State, okay, Idaho, Michigan, Montana, Nevada, Connecticut, and the province of Quebec when we talk about Canada. Everywhere else in the United States and Canada is all fair game. But I know you're just excited as I am. So let's not, delay this any further. Let's bring the guest of the hour on this platform. So let's talk to Mr. Trevon Cumberbatch, and so he can tell his story. I'm so excited. And thank you, Trevon, for coming on and just, being here so that people can hear your testimony, because at the end of the day, we wanted people to know this is real. So welcome. Okay, I can't hear you yet. Let's see here. Maybe are you muted? No, you're not muted. You're good on my end. Let's make sure he can. Okay. All right. I don't hear you yet. I see you. Okay, let's make sure he can get his. Okay, so this is what I'm going to recommend. The people want to hear you. Log off and log back on. Okay, so let's make sure you can log off and log back on. And therefore, we can get this show on the road because people want to make sure, yeah, we see it, but we want to hear you. Okay. Okay, hold on. Let me make sure. I don't know if his system is stuck. Let me make sure here. I'll tell him. Did we do something there? Log off and log back in. Okay, so what we're going to do is make sure that he logs off and logs back in because we want to make sure that you all can hear this. I know you can hear me. I want to make sure you can hear our guest of the hour here. Sometimes you have, look, good thing we're not in the technology business. We wouldn't make no money. So just sit back and relax, and we're going to go ahead and get this show on the road. All right. Okay. I think
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
There we go.
Yes.
Cool.
Yay.
There we go. I
All
don't know
right.
what happened. Sorry about that, audience. But okay, I'm here now.
No problem. Thank you
Technical
so much for being
difficulties.
here. Thank you so much. So before I ask any questions, let me go ahead and just share with you why I'm excited to have Trayvon here. Number one, he's married with a 3-year-old son, and he's a young, I think, believe 38, right? Young
Correct.
38, married with a 3-year-old son, has a life, has a demanding profession that he's been working for the last 8 years. So needless to say, life is busy. Am I correct?
Very busy.
Very
Very.
busy. But nonetheless, he still, after being introduced to this amazing opportunity, he has found a way to carve out some part-time hours to be able to put in from home and generate thousands of dollars from home. Now, we're going to get into that. And as you can see, the disclaimer going by, because we're going to talk about some money here. I mean, like, we're just going to put it out on the table because you all need to know this is happening, right? But I want you to read the disclaimer and know that it's definitely possible for you. But it says here, please note that the results mentioned are not guaranteed and will vary from person to person because we don't know what you're going to do. But your individual success is dependent on your own efforts, consistency, and commitment. Okay, so just know that. Know that if you do those three things, make the effort, consistency, and commitment, you can be successful. How successful? I don't know, but we're going to hear Trayvon's story so you can see how successful you can be. So, Trayvon, tell me, when did you get started with this particular company?
I got started with this particular company about a year from now. A year ago.
A year
This
ago.
time.
So,
So
pretty much when it
last
started.
January around this time, I was getting started.
Wow, wow. Now, when you first started, a lot of times what happens is that I've posted this on my page many times. Hey, get paid by writing letters. It almost sounds too good to be true. Am I correct? Yeah,
Indeed, it
yeah.
did.
So, what was your initial? And let me ask you, who approached you? How did you get introduced?
Um, my my good friend Yvonne Avilia. That's my
Hmm.
sponsor. You
Okay.
know, I've been in some projects with her before,
Okay.
so I was like, you know, she shared that with me, this this company, and I was like, I'm gonna take a look at it. You know,
Yeah.
it seems pretty cool. Get paid to write.
Right.
Okay, all right. You know, work from home. Okay, I'm all for it. I mean, 225, I've done stuff for way more. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Right.
So I was like, I can give this a shot. You know what I
Right.
mean? What's the worst thing to happen? You know what
Right.
I
Right.
mean? So, and then she was making money too. So I was like, she already had gotten paid commissions. So I was like, okay, let me go ahead and get it in. You know, get this started. So
Right.
that's what I did.
Wow.
And let me
Absolutely.
tell you, I don't regret it at all.
Yeah, I know you don't. So when did you actually start? So you got started in January. I'm trying to create a timeline here. When did you actually start writing?
I started writing that same the same week.
Okay.
The, the same week. I didn't you know, I didn't waste any time. I told her I was gonna they gonna know me. I'm gonna start writing, you know,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
I wasn't going as what going as you know strong as what I'm doing right now,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I didn't waste any time. I started ASAP and I started writing letters.
Okay.
Okay, I started. I didn't waste any time. I got
Right.
on it. I was off the fence. I was in it, and I just was like, I gotta write. Do what they
Right.
say. Let's see what it does.
Right. Wonderful. Now I know what happens, and I'm gonna put this out there because I know someone's gonna eventually ask about, how soon you get paid, blah, blah, blah. Now, one of the things I do know, you got to prime the pump, right? You got to prime the pump. So what I mean by that, it takes about maybe 10 to 12 weeks to start seeing the money start dripping in. But once it starts dripping in because you prime the pump, it starts coming consistently. Now, during that window of time when people are just writing, did you have any doubts? What was your feeling? Because I know some people get kind of like,
So
well, I'm gonna wait.
so so yes, I actually when I first started,
Mm-hmm.
my sponsor was telling me, 3 to 4 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks. That's the time frame that it was when
Mm-hmm.
I was first starting.
Okay.
Three to
Okay.
four weeks, you're gonna get credits. I was like,
Right.
okay, that ain't that bad. Okay,
Right.
cool. I could wait, you know what I mean, and do it. So I got started. 3 to 4 weeks came. I didn't see any drop. I was looking at getting kind of anxious. Okay, where's the drops? But then they said, so first it was 3 to 4 weeks. Then they said, um, 5 to 7 weeks now because
Okay.
it was extending, and I was like, all right, okay, okay, I'm still be patient, you know. And then after that, it was like, um, eight, no, was it? They changed it to 8 to 10 weeks, so it just kept
Wow.
going up, and I was like, oh my goodness, all right. So I was like, um. I'm still being patient.
Were
People
you?
were still
Let me ask
getting
you something. Were
drops.
you still writing?
I was still writing. Oh, I was
Okay.
still writing.
So you
I
didn't
was
stop.
writing. I didn't stop writing. I still wrote. Not as much as I'm doing right now. I'll tell you how I got to that point. What I'm doing right now, because it was a big difference from January to March, and then from March until now.
Okay.
Because in January when I first started, trying something out, you going, I thought I was doing something, but yeah, and behold, I realized I wasn't. And
Right.
yeah, so I'll wait for you the other questions, but I was writing and I waited and it came. The first drop came 9 weeks, 9.5 weeks.
Nine
I
and a
waited
half weeks. Let me ask you, how
nine.
much was that first drop of commission?
It was about, I believe, I don't know the exact number, it was about two something,
Okay.
about two something, something like
200 or
that. Yeah.
2,000?
No, 200 something.
Okay,
Yeah,
200 or
200
something,
something.
right? Because you have been
Mm-hmm.
writing. So, but that first drop, even though it was probably one of the smallest drops you ever got, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was proof that it
That was
works.
proof right there in the pudding. That was proof right there. It
Right.
works.
Yes, and I'm sure a lot of people say when I go back and I talk to people and I say, well, my husband had asked people who actually introduced us, what would you have done different had you known what you know today? And they said, I would have wrote more.
Definitely would have wrote more.
And you're a
Definitely.
trailblazer. So I tell you what I'm excited about is the fact that number one, we have so much proof that you can just keep writing your heart out because we have so much proof now. You started when it first started happening with the company in the very beginning, and the only person who had proof was the founder, right? So the nice thing about it is that because of you trailblazing amongst with others who were there at the very beginning, we have so much proof. No one should stop writing because once
No,
you
don't
prime
stop.
that pump, it's
Don't
prime,
stop.
right? Yeah, yeah. So now that you got past that and you knew that, okay, this works, let's roll. What happened? What changed? What switched?
So yes, I found out it works, but let me tell you something. When I just started in January and in February, I thought I was doing, I was writing, but I was writing randomly. I wasn't doing it you know, like a everyday thing and so forth. So I would do, let's say I did, and I laugh at it now because it's very funny.
Right.
I would do like 40 for the week or like 35 for the week, and I thought I was doing something. I was like,
Right.
yeah, I'm gonna get it. And I think I did like 50 one time, but it was very sporadic. It was random. It wasn't like I'm doing it every time. I didn't have a set schedule. It was just like I got this gig. I know I'm gonna get paid from these letters, and I can write anytime, anywhere, and I'll send it. But lo and behold,
Mhm.
when I saw, when I saw, listen to me, when I saw this young lady, Chrishane Roth, um, in the paid in the company,
Mhm.
um, and how much she was making. Let me tell you, and how much and how her bank accounts. She posted it on her bank accounts and her deposits into her bank account.
Right.
That's when the light bulb went off,
Of course.
and I was like, hold up. So you telling me they're paying out that much?
Right.
Okay. So that's when it was game over and strategic and let's get a game plan and we gonna kill this now. That's
Yeah.
when it that's when it got serious. And that happened in the end of March. Towards the end of March, March 22nd, started filling out stuff, started doing the whole strategy, everything, finding out about how to get these code, everything about the whole thing, figure out everything. That's when I started to go hard with it. And
Right.
that's when I took it up a notch because I realized that this is just not no, hereby thing. Like you can actually make a lot of money from doing
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you
Yeah.
don't mind me asking, based on you getting things going and rolling, and before I go ahead and actually finish that, let me go ahead and show everyone. We say letters, but let me show you what a letter is. It's a 4x6 index card, this size to be exact, and plain, no lines, 4x6. And all you're doing is writing two sentences on the card, plus your address at the top, but two sentences. And people are earning thousands of dollars from home without talking to anybody, without convincing anybody, without buying anything, without doing any of that. And if you want to, there's a place for you too. But if you don't, which most don't, and that's what I love about this opportunity because it's for the masses. Most people want to mind their own business, and you can
Amen.
do that here. So let me ask you, after you said, wait a minute, this type of money is available, I better start taking this serious because I can, have this money coming into my bank account and adding on to what I'm currently doing. What was your income from March to December of 2024 writing these letters?
Um, I would have to say since so what April to December, I made about just about 30K around there, around there.
30K.
Yeah, and that
30.
was not all that was due to me because I still right now have about 31K still in the pipeline. I could stop
In the
today
right.
and still get paid.
Wow, because you do build up that, and as you send them in and you send them in, they get paid out, over time. And
Exactly.
that is
Yep.
wonderful. And I think my husband saw a post that you had posted in our community Facebook group, and you said something about how much have you made this month so far?
This month so far, about 7,600.
Now, that's in addition to your full-time job and your busy life, right? It does make me laugh too.
And the month's not done yet.
And the month's not done yet. Wow. Wow. Have you ever made in a month more than what you made on your regular job?
Oh, it's happened quite frequently.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, this month, yeah, I've this month blow past it, blew past it. This month, way past it, way past that. Almost quite frequently, yeah, about almost, if not every month, every other month. But I
Wow.
would say, yeah, yeah.
Wow. All from writing letters at home. And I know when we were talking, you were saying that you don't even have the time to put in, you have a few people, on your team now, but you really don't have the time to go all out like that because you're so busy. Yeah.
So busy. I've
Yeah.
been busy. Just it's it's and the thing I like about it is you don't have I don't really have to share with anybody because I can just sit here and make 50 to 100K if I want in my own closet at home. I can just do it, without anybody. I don't have to see anybody. I don't have to talk to anybody. I don't have to sell anything. I don't do
Right.
anything. Just write and get paid.
Right. And get paid.
It don't get any simpler than that. I mean,
Right.
if you're looking for something,
Right.
it's almost like the perfect, and it's the easiest thing. Two sentences, guys. Two
Right.
sentences.
Right.
Two sentences.
Absolutely. And you send that card in. Now, let me ask you, because you've mentioned, like most of us here, you've been involved in other businesses or other things, work from home, side hustles from home. Have you ever been in position working a full-time job with your family where you've made more money than this?
No, this is the by far the best opportunity I've ever been in my whole entire life. All my 38 years,
Wow.
it's unbelievable. I've
Yeah.
never I've never seen this much people make that much money
Right.
and be successful. Everybody's winning.
Everybody's winning. I mean, that should be one of our taglines because, like I say, if you can write, you can win. That's it. Now, your
Everybody's
writing
winning.
has to be legible. You can't scribble your way to success. But if you can write legibly, you can absolutely win here. And that's what attracted us. Some people wanted to approach us early on and didn't believe, okay, well, they really won't do that. But it's not about what we saw was not so much about us, it was about empowering masses of people who want some additional income from home that can allow them to have a side hustle that they can do on their part-time anytime they want to. And
Hmm.
that's what we saw, and that's huge. And we've never had an opportunity to bring something of this magnitude where everyone had the opportunity to win. I have people in the
See,
chat saying, love this side hustle. Everyone wins. Sandra, Emery saying, I am writing. I am winning. Absolutely. That's what I absolutely love. So if someone were to like be on the fence, like, should I do it? Should I not do it? What would be your, what would be some feedback that you would tell to that person?
um, I would be like, what is holding you back? Because um, everybody that has started or started with me, or that has been doing this is winning and making tons of money. I
Hmm.
mean, literally, the Facebook group on any time of the week is lighting up with deposits. I mean,
That's right.
you see it every single time. So it's like, and this is ordinary people like myself,
Right.
everyone winning. I mean, you set your goals. You don't have anybody telling you what to do. You're not micromanaged. You can do as much as you want, anything you want to do. Set your goals. This can take you out of credit, out of debt. This can pay for vacations. It's so much stuff that this can do for your life and
I'm glad you
literally
brought that up.
change it.
What are some
Change
of the
it.
things that I'm sorry to interrupt you, but yeah, I just want to touch on that because you brought it up. What are some of the things that you have been able to do as a result of this additional streams of income?
Well, because of this, I've been able to. I had a situation at my house with my basement, and this project cost about 8 grand, and I'm pretty much about to finish paying for that in like in a month. Um,
Wow.
just like that, just because of this, the extra money that this whole letter gig is paying for that project.
Wow. Wow.
It's just unbelievable what this has really done. It's bringing extra money. By the way, my I'm the only um working person in my household, so it has created another extra income for myself and for my wife.
Mm-hmm.
Again, my wife and stuff like that. So it's done a lot for my family,
Wow. Wow.
um, and just not just my family. I'm talking about all these other 20,000 families that the people that have started in this
Yeah.
in this community.
Yeah.
Just ask any one of them. They'll tell you the same thing, how
Right.
great it was. Some people were on the fence, but soon as that first drop hit, they're like, "Oh my gosh," like it is real, and they get to work. They know what they know. It's just unbelievable.
Absolutely. Someone right now
Um,
saying Pamela Howard. She says, "Hey, he's telling the truth. He's telling it like it is. He is the real truth, folks. I am writing. Just started December 5th." That is awesome. You know what I love with someone on in my group, she calls it, she every time someone gets started, she say, let's go. It's the power's in the pen. And that's it, the power of the pen, right? Who would have thought a little simple writing gig has created? I saw someone today in a Facebook group, and because right now the Facebook group has grown to over 17,000 people, which is nice. And
correct.
yeah, and there said someone said, hey, got my mortgage payment done today. I mean, just from letters. And my my husband's goal is that, at the end of the day, who gets started gets started. I'm like you. I don't try to twist people's arms, or we don't try to, talk people into it. Look, we share. You want to know more? We're here for you. We can show you this is real and what it does. However,
Hmm.
we do want to make sure that everyone knows it's out there because this is really the best kept secret.
It sure is. It sure is, man.
Yes.
It's. I mean, I just love how it has changed so many lives. I just and it just motivates you to go to another level. And the people in the
Hmm.
community is it's just so great. I mean, it words cannot even describe sometimes how this has changed the whole outlook. Now you have an extra, like, and by the way, people, you can get paid 2 to 3 times a week, sometimes four.
Mhm. Mhm.
Where in the world are you getting paid 4 times a week?
Mhm.
Where,
Mhm.
which job?
Right.
You know? So I look at it like that, you always have a check coming. You always have a deposit coming, no matter
That's
what. Just because you're right, you created an income stream to come, cash flow, you know? So
true.
now you can do other stuff that you always wanted to do,
Mhm.
and other investments. You can use it to do this, and this because now you have extra money.
That's right.
So it's changing the game for a lot of people,
Right. You're
it's
absolutely right. I
changing the
tell people
game.
don't stop what you're doing because some people they like whatever avenue they're doing. Like my husband and I are crypto enthusiasts. We're really heavy in the crypto space. However,
Hmm.
it's a number of people who want to, invest there and don't have the discretionary funds. I'm like, hey, write
Exactly.
your way to having crypto, right? You can write your way and now you can put that money to work. And that's really the epitome of other people's money going to work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what you got to do. Be smart with it. So it changed a lot. It does. It's unbelievable. And the people behind this company, I've met them, and they're great people.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, they're great, God-fearing people.
Yeah.
So I really can't say anything bad about it. Really, it's just a great community, great people, and obviously great money. So
Yes.
you can't go wrong.
It's true. The only, how they say, well, there's always got to be some type of, something wrong, something, the only negative, and I won't even call this a negative, but the only thing I saw that might be a downfall is the fact that I wish other countries could participate, but they can't. It's not my rule. It's not their rule. It's just what it is, right? It's,
It is
it's
what it
just,
is.
yeah, it's just what it is because it's just that good. And what I love about it, it's been going on for decades. For decades. This company, because of the founder participating in the last 3 years, writing letters, she created a platform for all of us to be able to do it and to know how to do it efficiently. And you're absolutely right. The founders are incredible. They are, people who are for the people. And so
Mm.
that's what I love too. They really are. So we're going in now into our second year, and everything looks bright. So I am so excited for you, and know that look, I'll be smiling too. I had another 30 grand waiting for me. Before we close, let me ask you. This is another thing I wanted to ask. How many? So you talked about writing the letters. Do you set aside some time to write? And how many are you writing currently right now per week or per month?
Yes, so I do set aside. I had to do that. I had to set aside time because of my busy schedule.
Mhm.
Um and with a young 2, 3 year old and wife and stuff like that at my job, which was so demanding. I had to do it in the morning when everybody's asleep, get up early in the morning, and then when my son goes to bed, I can do it before bed. So that are looking around like usually I get up around 4 o'clock in the morning when
Mhm.
everybody's asleep. 4. I do that for like 2 hours, 2 hours in the morning and 2 hours at night. Usually it's around like 8:30 to like 10:30 or 9 to 11. That's what that was my routine, and I used to write 6 days a week. So I started with the 100, then I bumped it up to 200, then I bumped it up to 300, then I bumped it up to 360, and then I'm like in between the 350 and 400 zone. That's what I'm trying to do every week. Sometimes I don't hit it like this week. Had some stuff going on, real
Right.
stressed out, distracted, but I still managed to get over 200. This week is a little down week, but usually it's like 350 to
Okay.
400. That's where I'm at. So,
Wow.
but
A
it
week.
takes a lot of determination and just consistency to get to that and just keep going at it because You just have to be really organized.
Right.
I can tell you that. When you first when you're doing it, and when you first start, I wouldn't just try to just do a whole bunch
Right.
because you probably won't. You got to set realistic goals for yourself, um, and work your way up gradually. You get what I'm saying?
I know
Don't take
exactly
it and
what you're
just
saying.
go
Because when I
all the
first
way
saw
out.
this, yeah, when I first, I was like, I'm gonna do 100 a day. And you know what? What happens is it's like anything. You got to get a rhythm, right? And you
Yep.
got to start doing exactly. What about I've noticed about myself, my husband the same, is that now it just flows. And what used to take me maybe 5 minutes to do one, I mean, I'm going much quicker because I got the hang of it and I'm flowing. We got the perfect
And
pins
that
that
will
we like.
happen.
I like certain pins. He like other types of pins, but you got to get one that's comfortable and you just do that thing. But I like what you said as far as just committing and saying, listen, I'm going to do this, because really all it comes down to is focus and being consistent,
Yep.
right?
And you will
Mhm.
you will find your groove,
You'll find
and your speed will come
right,
as you do it, consistently. The speed will come.
right,
So don't worry. I know a lot of people get intimidated. How you do so much? I only do like 50 a week or 100 a week. It just takes time, and I'm pretty sure those people are like just starting out in a month or 2 weeks. But I've been doing this for a year. You know what I
right,
mean? Like I've been writing for a year, so everything is pretty much memory, muscle memory, and it's
right,
like a routine for me. You know?
right. And the nice thing about it, it don't change. Whatever, because we're writing for different billion-dollar corporations. So whatever corporation you choose to write to, the letter is the same. You just write the
It's
same
the
thing over
same.
and over and over again. I got to the point, my sister, she's also full-time nurse, demanding job. She works 12-hour shifts 3 times a week, and she works graveyard. But who don't need extra money, right? She's getting
Who
her
don't?
home redone, and she's like, listen, I need to write some letters. Absolutely. And so it's funny because she had her template. We send our template in to get approval, make sure everything's good. And she was like, oh, they told me everything was good, but I forgot the comma behind receive. I knew exactly which company she was writing for because
Hmm.
I've done it so many times. I said, oh, you're writing for whatever, and I knew it because after you do it so much, like you said, muscle memory, you'll start memorizing that and knowing exactly what it says, even with the template in front of you. You just glance a few times, but other than that, I'm on a roll. So I know exactly what you're talking about when you say that. And it gets easier and easier over time. And what people don't realize, I mean, at the end of the day, you still at home, you still, in the comforts of your home. You do it like you said, you've been busy this week, had some things going on that's pretty stressful. So you did a little bit less, it's whatever you want to make of it, but you'll pick it back up. I absolutely love it. So someone's asking, Spring is asking, can the audience ask questions? Depending on what the question is, Spring. Well, yes, absolutely. Let's go ahead with, you know, we'll definitely, I'll definitely make sure write your question in the chat as we come to a close here. Yes, go ahead and ask the question. That's fine. And anyone else who has a question for Trayvon, definitely um, we can ask. But yeah, so you're absolutely right. Is just getting up to that. But I love it because, you know, I've had some people who I saw that were snowed in because
Yeah,
of the weather. I'm like, that's a perfect time to write. Yeah,
man,
yeah,
this is just amazing.
yeah.
I appreciate you having me on here. Um, the people need to see this,
Yes,
People need to
absolutely.
see this.
Yeah.
I agree with this. This was such a great idea. I love it. I love it.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to have you back. I'm going to have some more guests coming on as well, because at the end of the day, it's all about the testimonies and being able to know that these are real. These are not paid actors. These are real people having real
Hmm.
results with this letter writing gig that you can do from home. Go ahead.
And let me say something,
Mhm.
as we close. for those getting started or those who haven't gotten a drop yet, please keep writing
Hmm.
and just have patience because that's a big part of this whole process. Patience. Get a whole bunch of patience. Buy like 2 bags of it for real because you're going to need it.
Right.
It's going to come and it is going to change your life. I'm telling you right
Absolutely.
now. It will.
Absolutely.
So,
Well,
yeah.
thank you so much, Trayvon. And I forgot that I say that you out of the Maryland area. So yes,
Yes.
so he's in the Maryland area, and I
East
thank you.
Coast.
East Coast. Thank you so much for all that you do for the community because you help out a lot and you help a lot of people. And I wish you continued success. I know this is just the beginning. We're going to take this to a whole nother level and we're going to help a lot of people bring that money home. All right. So, this is
Mm.
what I want to say. If you are viewing this from my page, contact me because I can give you the information. We can get you started. If you're viewing this from Trayvon's page, contact him or whoever else. There are people right now that you are viewing this because they shared it from my page. If you're on their page watching it, contact them. Why? Because you're watching it from their page and they're sharing it out of love. They're sharing it out of love. So whoever page you're seeing this from, make sure you get back to that person, have them give you the information. Because remember, if you can write, you can win. And you can win too. And we're at the beginning of 2025. So you can set your 2025 on fire.
Set
And
it.
next
Set
time
it
we'll
on
have,
fire.
yes, and then we'll have you telling your testimony, right? So Trayvon, thank you so much. I appreciate you. And we look forward to having you on again.
Thank you so much, Ronette. Appreciate it.
All right. You go ahead. Have a great, great, great evening, and we'll see you soon.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Bye bye now.
Bye.
All right, guys. So you have it. So you have it. So, like I said, get back to the person who invited you or who page you're seeing this from. But if you can write, you can win. We will be back next week. Our goal is to come back every single week. So tune in. Make sure you tune into my Facebook page so you can see this information because every week we're going to have someone new telling a testimony. Why? Because there's thousands of people that are doing this right from home. Thousands. And so if you want to have your story shared, please inbox me because some of you watching, you have a story and a testimony that you want to share. Guess what? I want to go live with you so you can let the world know what's happening for you and what has changed for you as a result of this opportunity. So thank you so much. That's my time. My name is Ronette Turner Corley, and I will be back here next week. And once again, if you can write, you can win. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.